everyone and happy Monday. Now we have a bugs page to colour today. This is from Enchanted Forest. It's quite an interesting page, isn't it? I'm just trying to decide how to tackle it. Obviously, as usual, very well planned. I've got my Black Widow's pencils for two reasons. Firstly, we need something quite fine to get into all these details, and if we do go down that route, but even if we don't do every detail, even the legs and things are quite thin. And I thought that I might do some of these in sort of pretty colours, dual colours maybe. I haven't quite decided. We've got quite a nice selection of colours in our Black Widows, so that's another reason. But what I've decided to do is to start today with our bees, wasps, the winged creatures, and then we'll see how we go with the rest. I'm not sure how much repetition we've got in this page. I can't remember, and obviously this is just a snapshot of it, not the whole thing. But I think we'll just go for it really. So I'm zooming in a fair bit so we can see some of these details. And my first thing I'm going to do is to think about the wings. Now with our bees and bugs, we've got half a one here, we've got a whole one here. I always feel that the wings are quite good in a grey. If you look at the wings of a creature, they're usually white. We've got a white background. I'm not going to do anything with the background, so I think a pale grey is quite a nice colour. Now in my sets of Black Widows, I've got the spider, the cobra, the scorpion, and the two skin tones. All of the greys that I've got are warm greys, or even sort of brownish greys, French greys, apart from one. And in the skin tones, in the dark skin tone set, there is a grey called Greythorn, and that is more of a cold grey, and that is the one that I want to go with. So I think I don't know if the dim grey is, it's a bit dark. So anyway, we're going to use this Greythorn, okay, for the wings. And I'm going to do all the wings now. So we're going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do bits and bobs all the time, because it might get a bit, you know, if I keep moving my book around. But maybe. So I'm going to sharpen first and then make a start. Don't need it really sharp, I just don't want it really blunt. Now, I just want to put a really light layer of grey on to start with. I want you to be able to see that there's grey there, but not too much, and then put a little bit extra near the body and sort of fade that off, and then here where the wings overlap there'd be a bit of shadow. I'm just going to draw that in. No, it doesn't, I mean, we're doing half a bee here, so you know it's quite hard to visualise, well it is for me anyway, whether that's working, but I sort of know it is because I've done it before. But anyway, now I can imagine that quite a few of you are a bit put off this page because of the fact that we've got so many little critters, and some people really dislike them, and I can quite understand that, because if the page was full of snakes I would be having some sort of scare, not panic attack, but you know, I would be scared. I have recently coloured a snake page, and it took a lot of courage, and I think to people who aren't scared of things like that, they probably think, well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? But really, it's not pleasant. And when you have to put your hand down on the page you're colouring and you're putting it on top of a snake, ooh. But anyway, for me, fortunately, little bugs don't worry me. I don't always like them, but they don't freak me out. I've got a little bit of a wing here, so that's good. So again, just a light layer. Now sometimes I do what I do with wings. If I've got a background, I will use a white pen on the black to make them look a bit more see-through. I have been asked to do a video on how to colour see-through fairy wings. Now that's I do have a few fairy pictures in Hannah Carlson books, and I haven't tackled that yet. It can vary, the technique. I need to find the right sort of picture. If you've just got no background like we'll have on here, then just colouring it with, I usually use like pinks or purples or blues or a mixture for fairy wings to make them look slightly pearlescent, and then I would blur that over with a good white, you know, a Prismacolor white or a luminance white or a Derwent Chinese white, so you can really see the white. Then go over it with black, and then you'll see it looks a little bit see-through. It's quite difficult to portray that in a pencil. If there's a background behind it but it hasn't been drawn in, which sometimes happens in books, then I draw in the background. Now, drawing is not my forte, but let's just imagine there was a leaf here. Then you can just sort of imagine the line that maybe joins that leaf, you know, and you don't have to draw it so much as colour. Say this leaf is green, you colour this bit as well in green, but you do it paler. Go over it with the white, like I said, and put the white pen round, and then it looks like the wing is see-through and that you're seeing the leaf through it. But I will try and do a video, but I haven't yet actually found the right sort of picture, but we'll see. Maybe the person who asked me, I think it was Francis, maybe, might have a particular picture in mind, but of course it might be from a book I don't have. Right, so I've done the little bit of shadow on this pair of wings because I feel like it's sort of drawn in. It's actually the same bee as the one at the top. Can't see what I'm pointing at. Now, I'm confused a little bit because there seems this row we seem to have repetition, but we don't always, I think. But over here, look, we seem to have 2 wings. So just colour those in. This one just can be light. Now, obviously these wings have a dark edge round. I'm going to ignore it completely. I might change my mind later, and I think we're going to do these. And decide that I want to put some glitter or something on the wings, you know. But at this point in time, grey is my preference. So that's what I'm doing. Now, if you don't have the Black Widows, I do have, I'm just looking, I think this is our next one. I do have some comparison charts between Black Widows and other brands of pencils. I'll try and remember to include the links in my description, but if you can't, if I do forget, they're in my Ko-fi, so the link to my Ko-fi is in my description. It's really near the bottom. But there's all sorts of different comparison charts, swatch charts, tutorials, all sorts of colouring book index pages, sheets, all sorts of things in there you can go and have a little look at and pick. The idea is that it's all free, so anybody who wants it can grab it. I'm just checking. Oh, there is one more here. But you know, you can make a donation if you want to the channel. At the moment on there, I am trying to save up for a new hard drive. It's so exciting. I have to turn me into a flipping geek. So, you know, you have to store the videos on drives, and mine's getting full basically. I've got one that's nearly full. I used one that's quite fast to temporarily store everything on. Now I'm being really boring. Anyway, I'll just tell you quickly. To temporarily store everything on, and then I transfer it to sort of like a backup drive, and that's what I need, a new one. Right, we now need black. I'm going to do all the little legs and antennae in black on the bees. Might not do the same thing on the other bugs, so I'm not going to do those. I'm just going to do the bees. I'm going to use this black. We have 2 blacks. I've got the spider black, Black Widow, but I'm going to use the midnight, which is the black from the dark skin tone set, which I got the Greythorn from just to use, just because I haven't used it so much. So we're just going to fill in these limbs. Gosh, it's a very dark black. I know that sounds weird. Of course it's dark, it's black. But I'm sure the other one isn't this dark. I bet. There we go. So we're doing all the legs, and I'm just blocking them in because they're teeny. I think even if I was doing this in the book, I would block them in, because I think everything's reasonably small in the book as well. But I don't remember, to be honest. I've done the page a couple of times. I think one time I did it in metallic pencils though. Alright. And the legs. You can see this bee's all furry. Cute. I am so full. Now, it was my birthday yesterday, and I'm recording this in advance. It's on the 10th, and so today I thought, I know, I'll make some cake, because I have some flour that needs using up, and so today I went shopping and managed to find some bananas that were a bit overripe, because that's how I sweeten my cake, with banana. So I squodged up all the banana, and then my son came over and squodged them even harder, because he likes them really squodged. Squodged being the official cookery term, obviously. And this one. And then stirred it into the flour with a little touch of olive oil, not too much really, some oat milk and cinnamon. I put some raising agent in it. I had some, was it bicarb? I can't remember. Baking soda, I don't know. And cinnamon. And I just guessed. I'm just rubbish at. I wouldn't have been able to find a recipe, I don't think. So I guess, so I just put a slug of oil in. Oh, we've got this one. Stirred the banana and oil into the flour, cinnamon and raising agent. I'll put a tiny bit of lemon juice in to activate the baking soda, the bicarb. And right, so we need to do the bodies of our bees. Now we could do some black or dark grey. As I've said, our greys are all quite brownish, so I think I'm going to use the Black Widow. We'll see how different it is, won't we? So here is the Black Widow. The only problem is we have eyes. I've just sharpened off the tip. Look at that. Oh dear. All my sharpeners really full, that's what it is. Well, it's not really full, but the sharpenings are all clogging around the blade. There we go. I'd have another go at sharpening it. Might work better this time. I've got pencil sharpenings all over the desk. That's a bit better. Right. So I'm thinking what bits are going to be black. So I'm starting with this little guy. He's got eyes, which we're going to do in black. See, I think this stripy bit here, but I'm going to keep it lightish rather than doing it really deep. And then this bit. Okay, a lot of it we're going to do in other colours. Now we've got this chap. I'm thinking maybe just these eyes bits. I don't know if they're eyes. There he is. And this chap looks like he's got a little eyes. Anyway, so I stirred up my mix. What I basically did, because it was a sort of muffin, I just did it until it seemed the right consistency. I didn't make it too runny because they take too long to cook and then they burn. And so yeah, a slug of olive oil. I chucked in what looked like enough flour. It's a really precise recipe. A raising agent, about a teaspoon, flat teaspoon, because you don't want too much or else you can taste it. I think I forgot to do this one, didn't I? And just do it all in. It's black. It does look a bit different, but it's fine. Now I'm trying to find all my bees. This one. To his eyes. I'm just going to look through and find them and check I've done them. Yeah, so we're going to do some stripes. I'm going to start with this one at the top. I think we could do a sort of yellow stripe and a more browny stripe. I think I'm going to start with this one, Negra, dark skin tone. Oh, it's blunt is a blunt thing on blunt day. Yes, I'm not very good at measuring, and just chucked it all in. Raising agent, flour. I just put in enough milk until it felt like it was the right consistency. I'm sure it would work with cow's milk. I used oat milk because I can't drink the dairy. Okay, so you're leaving a little bit of the space for a slightly lighter colour once I've decided what colour it's going to be. And no, there isn't a lot of space for doing too much shading or different colours. We'll just do a little bit. Our next one is here. I'm sure I'm bound to miss one out at some point. But anyway. Yeah, so yeah, as it was my birthday, I thought I'd make a cake, make some cakes. But I don't add sugar, I don't eat sugar. I mean, obviously I realise bananas are packed with sugar, and squodging up bananas breaks down the fructose. It's not very healthy. But you know, it's just a one-off, once a year. Yeah, it's okay. And I don't find it, I want these to be darker, but also this. This is how I did the one that's up there that you can't see. Yeah, so I find if I have sort of sucrose and, you know, glucose in like a chocolate bar or something, I get like addicted, and I can't stop eating it, and I want to just buy loads and loads more. So I didn't want to do that, so I just made something. I find if I use fructose, it's okay. I don't feel like that. Another one of these, third one of these, isn't it? But yeah, so they were quite nice. I ate far too many of them, and feel very full. But you know, oh well. But yeah, I had my birthday yesterday. It was lovely. I did share actually on my socials a picture that I did. I spent nearly the whole day just colouring one picture. It was just so relaxing. So I mean, I did go for a walk and chat with family, and we made some really scrummy food. Food is such a big thing for me. And yeah, so that was really nice. But it was just lovely to just sit and colour. I didn't do any housework. I'm trying to look for the sort of very light brown. I think I'm going to go into my dark skin tones again and grab this leather, and we're going to finish off these stripes. Let's just go up a bit because we've got this one down here. Basically take the colour right to the middle. Yeah, so it's lovely. And actually I'd had my birthday present from my husband already, and it was a really lovely painting. It's sort of coloured with ink. It's a whale. It's just beautiful. I actually saw the artist today in the farmer's market. But anyway, it's really, really lovely. And so I had that, but because on the day I had some crisps. I don't eat them very often. The ones I like are really expensive, so I had some of those, and some chocolate. So that was nice, a little treat. And so that was good. And yeah, we went for a little walk along the canal. Didn't see the otter today, which was yesterday, which was sad, but you know. And I'm leaving a little bit of white in the middle there. It helps it look a little bit more shiny, which I think is rather nice. And yeah, just sat most of the day colouring. It's just lovely. And I've got a family get together tomorrow with my sister because I'm a twin, so it's her birthday too. So having a little get together. She wanted to actually have a picnic, which most of us don't really enjoy, to be fair. But it's going to be raining tomorrow. It's been really hot and sunny this week and I've been miserable. I hate hot weather. And my son has been struggling to sleep in his room, even though it's only about between 21 and 23. But it's suddenly jumped up, and because it's sunny, it feels warmer. But tomorrow it's going to start raining again. It's going to rain all week, so that'll be nice. I'd so much rather have rain than sun. But in fact, a few people I spoke to today agreed with me. Normally people are like, what's wrong with you? I'm trying to decide on my other colour. I want sort of yellowy, goldy yellow. What should we go for? We've got mustard or no. I think I'm going to use, the mustard first. This is from the Cobra set. So as you can see, it's a slightly browny colour, browny yellow. And then I'm going to finish them with a brighter yellow. It will look, actually, you know what? I'm wondering whether just to do this colour. So it's really bright. I think I might just do this colour. Can you see this one? I'm wondering whether I should come in a bit closer. Don't know. Anyway. So yes, it's going to rain tomorrow, so no picnic. And so we're getting together at my mum's, which is going to be lovely. And my sister will be there with her husband and her 2 boys, and then her 2 girls are coming over from their student digs. They live in the same town as my parents, so it's easy for them to pop over as well. So it's going to be a nice group of us together. And I also had a lovely meet up with a friend the day before my birthday. We don't meet up that often, but we've been friends for 18 years. So we used to see each other daily. We get on so well. It's so lovely. So we had a really lovely, I've just realised this one up here, I missed his neck. Ooh, that one a bit blurred, didn't it? In between his head and his body, it's a little bit. Yeah, so that was nice. And she gave me a present too. So she gave me a little teapot and some Sleep Easy tea bags. They were sort of chamomile with other teas in as well, which sounded lovely. I'm just checking that I've done them all. I think I have. How are we doing for time? We're going to do the ladybirds, I think. I'm going to do them the same. We have one here, but we have plenty. We have one here, one at the end of this row, just out here. Then we have, is there another one? I'm just having a scan. There's one further down, about halfway down on the left. I think that's probably it. But I'm going to start the ladybird with the red. We've got lots of reds, and they are the blood red, the blood diamond, and the deep red are all really quite similar, I find. I don't know if you agree. So I'm going to use the blood red because it is my longest one. It's as good a reason as any, isn't it? And we have I'm just going to do the main part of the body with this. Now I realised that these, oh, it's wobbly. We'll see how we get on. Not very well. Oh dear, I think my sharpness is too full. Last try. No, I'm going to go and do it next door. Hold on. Right, I am back. I actually swapped my pencil sharpener over with one that I have next door that's got a much newer blade in, as well as the other one was full though. It's quite pinky red, isn't it? I was thinking I haven't got a swatch chart for my Black Widows. I've done a chart, I think I have made one, but I haven't swatched mine out because I made it for all the Black Widow sets and I don't have them all. So I didn't swatch it out because I couldn't swatch them all, but I might swatch out the ones that I've got just for me. Might be useful. Anyway, just colouring this in. I'm just doing a sort of, I want to say even layer, but I'd be lying, it's not that even. So I've put down some colour, and now I'm going to grab the, this is the Burgundy. Now once I've used the Burgundy, see that bit of tape on the end, I can't go over it in white. But I don't think I need to, and I'm going to use the Burgundy on the edge and then sort of fade it in. Like that. And then go back over again with our blood red. Okay, we're going to do this the same thing with all of our ladybirds. Oh, it's a train. Actually, train's running again. There was a train strike in the week. I had to take my son for a hospital checkup. Well, I went with him. I didn't have to take him because we were on the train, but he wanted me to go with him, which was fine. I'd like to go anyway, just to, you know, keep an eye on what's going on. Always fine. We're just discussing his medication and stuff. So this one, same again. Layer of blood red first. And there was, of course, there was a flipping train strike just on that day. He wasn't in uni all week because he's, it's sort of time to work on assignments, end of term sort of thing. They've got, his classes were like drop-ins for assignments rather than anything new teaching, so he didn't go. And we had to go on the bus, but actually it wasn't too bad. Yeah, train is nicer. Here's Burgundy. Now the train is more expensive, which means you get a different type of person on the train, and so you get less elderly people. They tend to travel by bus, so we had quite a few of those on the bus. Nothing wrong with that. And sort of young mothers sort of thing, all mothers with young kids, I mean, not young necessarily. The mothers weren't necessarily young. This is blood red. So we had noisy kids, which I don't mind at all. My kids were noisy, goodness, it's fine. And but you know, other people tutting. And we had older people being slow, getting on the bus, holding it up, all that sort of thing. But it was fine actually. I just prefer the train because the seats are a bit more comfortable. Where's the other one? It's down here. And there's a toilet if you need one, which is always nice, and the journey's quicker, but it's a lot more expensive. So the train journey would have cost us £9.60, I think, each return, and the bus was £2 each way, so it's £4 each return, so it's a lot cheaper. Burgundy, and the buses run more often than the trains, so that was useful too. But anyway, we went on the bus and we were all fine. But I would have gone on the train had we been running. Now going back to our blood red. I'm doing the same thing over and over, I realise this, but it means you can colour along, catch up, whatever, hopefully. Yeah, I could have not done any videos at all on my birthday weekend, but 3 days is a long time to stop for, get behind. I'm going to use the midnight, remember the black from the skin tones, and I'm going to do the dots. Now if you look at each spot, there is a line around it. I want that to be white. I know they don't, that isn't how they look, but I'm thinking maybe I'll make it a bit more interesting. And then this bit I'm going to do in black. And I'm going to do all the legs and tentacles, it's not a flipping octopus. Antenna in black, sorry, I'm amusing myself. Yeah, it's, as I say, it's sunny and hot. I went to the farmer's market this morning. It was getting quite warm already, but you know, it's sort of, as I say, it's sort of, I think it's getting up to 23 degrees today. This is quite messy in the middle. I'm going to go back over it with my red. I'm not happy with how it looks. I was, you know, I felt it was warm enough for like just a long sleeve t-shirt, even at sort of 8:30 in the morning. So, it's probably 9 o'clock by the time we're there. Now I've gone over quite a lot of this in the red. I'm hoping I'm going to use the white pen. Actually, I'm going to do it now, or else I'm going to forget to go around them to make them stand out a bit better. Now I might find this discolours, particularly over here where I've used the burgundy. I'm just going to do the best I can. If it decides to change colour, it decides to change colour. Just try and do it all the way around, not like me. Yeah, so it was like short sleeve t-shirt and jeans and pumps weather. There were people in shorts. Yeah, our spread doesn't take much to get us out into our summer wear. I'm going to use the Greythorn just to finish off this bit of the head. This bit here. I'm going to try and fade it a bit towards the centre, but it's so small. Okay, I'm going to move to the next one and finish it off. But we've got both. No, we do one at a time, so I'm going to get confused. So we do the spots first. Then if you think it's only 21, 23 degrees, whatever it was, I'm already in our shorts, and now it could get up to 30s. We have had temperatures in the 40s, early 40s here before, when it was record-breaking temperatures. I remember that day. Whew, it was at father-in-law's house. He had a big fans going, both in the dining room and in the sitting room, and unconsciously I managed to sit right next to them every time when I moved from room to room, which was very useful. I was also chatting to my husband's cousin, who kept topping up my water, and I just kept drinking it. That really helped. And our car has no air conditioning, so driving's okay as long as you're moving. Right, Greythorn next. I'll do the white after. I think it's a bit more sensible order to do it in, really. But yeah, I remember that hot day. Ooh. I remember my cousin's wife saying how well she thought I'd coped. And she'd been living in a very hot country for a while, but of course coming from an air-conditioned building. So I don't think they tend to spend time outside when it's really hot. They tend to just spend it in the air conditioning. So anyway, it's yeah, I am of the thinking that if climate change gets worse, we're going to do the black spots. I'm trying to get my hand out of shot. Yeah, if climate change gets worse and it gets really hot in the UK, then I might have to move to Scotland. But I say this, but I know that my parents don't feel the hot like I do. They feel the cold. So the other day, actually last Saturday, my son went out with his friends and went to a local festival. My parents happened to be there. Didn't see him. They didn't know he was going to be there. He didn't know they were going to be there. You know, it was fine. It was crowded. They didn't see each other. My son got heat stroke. My parents, I said, told my mum after. She said, "Oh, we still had our coats on." So quite the difference. So I know my dad has quite poor circulation, particularly hands and feet. Now I get that too, so I'm hoping they might come on a bit more soon. So I don't feel it so much. But actually my niece was telling me about this sort of air conditioning unit you can buy where you put ice in it, and then the fan sort of blows the ice, and use my white, sort of blows the cool air from the ice around. And I thought that would be an interesting idea. I don't know how good it would be, and it's probably better in a really small room, but I wonder whether it was worth looking into. I do have a handheld fan which I find good. I don't really like big room fans because they just blow papers around and everything. It annoys me. It curls up the corner of my colouring books and things. Right, we have done enough for today. It doesn't feel like we've done very much, but we've done bees and ladybirds, so there we go. Yeah, I'll be back to do some more of them tomorrow. I haven't thought about any other colours yet, but we shall just see what happens. We might keep them a little bit simpler so that they're a bit quicker. So I don't really want to spend all week on this page, but on the other hand, quite cute. It might be fun. We'll see. I'll decide as I go, but for now, thank you for watching. I hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.